Well, my rent is 2 grand a month. I have all these other bills too. I mean, $250 out of what, 30 days is in a month.
Do you understand that the child support is not set based off of how many bills you have or what bills you have, but instead is based solely off of your income?
I first asked the court to take judicial notice. The non-custodial parent, Khutron Alexander, judge, he was present in court on February 10th, 2025, and he waived personal service. Judge, he's not filed an answer. The state's requesting to proceed with the default order.
So noted, and you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. We're here on an order in suit affecting the parent-child relationship. There's one child before the court, Somaya Alexander. I'd offer as State's Exhibit A the acknowledgement of paternity for that child.
State's Exhibit A is admitted.
Thank you, Judge. I'll call the mother. Ms. Comacho, can you state your full name?
Samantha Comacho Wessel.
And who's the father of your child, Samaya?
Khutron Alexander.
And has there been any family violence in the past 2 years between you and Mr. Alexander?
No.
Do you have safety concerns concerning yourself and Mr. Alexander or your daughter and Mr. Alexander?
Does that go back to me requesting the supervised, the no visitation?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So what concerns do you have concerning yourself or your daughter and Mr. Alexander?
It's more my daughter. He was just released from prison and I have been allowing her to see her. There was an incident where he told her not to tell me something, and that kind of worried me. She did end up telling me, "Oh, Dad told me not to tell you," and such. Last year also, he has another son. He had came over and showed her some things on the phone, and she recorded herself doing it. So I'm not too comfortable with that.
So Mr. Alexander did it, or Mr. Alexander's son?
So Mr. Alexander had told told her not to tell me something about a phone, something small, something petty, but I think of it, what if he does something to her? What if something happens and he's like, "Hey, don't tell mom."
Okay.
And so
But she told you.
Yeah, she did tell me, "Hey, Dad told me
Okay.
not to tell you." That worried me. I tried to communicate with him. He had no understanding, trying to justify it. Okay, I said, "We'll take it to court."
Okay.
His son used to come over to my house. And he used to spend the night, and he should be now 12, 13 years old. At the time, maybe he was 11. And he showed her some things, playing with herself down, just things kids shouldn't even be. I'm just not comfortable with it.
Okay, and how old is your daughter?
My daughter at the time was...
Oh, how old is she now?
She's 10.
Okay, go ahead, Ms. Peoples.
So, Ms. Comacho, you have concerns regarding, I guess, conduct with your daughter and Mr. Alexander's son.
And with the dad, I just have an issue with him telling her, "Hey, don't tell mom this," or "Don't tell mom," it's kind of worries me.
Okay. Has there ever been any type of violence, family violence between your daughter and Mr. Alexander?
No.
Okay. Between the son and your daughter?
No.
Between Mr. Alexander's son? Okay. But because of your concerns, you're wanting to be made the managing conservator. You don't want you and Mr. Alexander to be joint managing conservators of your daughter?
What do you explain that a little bit more?
Conservatorship is y'all's rights as parents. You don't want Mr. Alexander to have equal rights with you as far as being able to make decisions for your daughter, confirm with you and making decisions for your daughter?
No.
Okay. And is it because of
those issues that I just explained to you?
Okay. And you're asking that you be the one to have the right to designate her primary residence in Dallas or any surrounding counties?
Meaning
you determine where she lives?
Yes.
Okay. You also don't want him to have any visitation? You're asking that Mr. Alexander not have any visits with her?
Yeah, as of right now, I don't feel comfortable at all. If something happens to my daughter, it's gonna be on me, and then what am I gonna do? Oh, too late.
Okay. When was the last time she had any type of visitation with him?
I believe that was last month. Let me try to get the exact date.
Last month, as in March of
Let me
2025?
let me get the exact date for you. I believe February was that's when she started soccer. So I believe February was when the last time he saw her.
Okay. And
The beginning of February.
during that visit, did you have any concerns or did anything happen that was concerning for you?
Well, the last time that he saw her is when he told her, "Hey, don't tell mom such and date." Something about he was getting a new phone or something. You know, something small, petty, but it just worries me if he was to tell her something else. Don't tell her, and it's big. You know.
Okay. So that was the last visit, the February 2025 visit when he told her that.
Yes.
Okay. And you're not agreeable to any supervised visitation. You just don't want him to have any visits.
Well, I was open to that, but then I thought about it. I'm like, well, when that situation happened with him telling my daughter, "Hey, don't tell mom," we had agreed we're gonna meet at his great grandma's house. That's where they can hang out. The grandmother is always there, but she's already kind of old, so she doesn't really. She's not really hands on. You know what I'm saying? So, during that incident that he told her not to tell me something, they were at their grandmother's house. So I'd rather just not.
Okay. Did she spend the night at his house or this
No,
was
no.
okay? And so based on the income information that we have on file for Mr. Well, let's start with his child. To your knowledge, he has one other child under the age of 18, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And for the insurance, what type of health insurance do you have for your child?
She has Medicaid WellPoint insurance.
Okay. And so based on the income information we have for him, are you in agreement that Mr. Alexander would pay cash medical support of $78 a month beginning May 1st, 2025?
Okay, I was told it was $257 a month for child support and
No, this is
78
for the medical support for reimbursement to the
insurance.
state for the medical.
Okay.
You agree to the 78 a month?
I mean, I don't have no say over what he owes y'all for insurance. I don't know.
And so for the child support, giving him credit for one other child, are you in agreement with his child support of $257 a month beginning May 1st, 2025?
He can't do 300.
You want him to pay $300 a month? Why
Yes.
are you requesting that the court deviate for him to pay $300 a month?
Well, my rent is $2,000 a month. I have all these other bills too. I mean, $250 out of what, 30 days isn't a month?
And you're not requesting any back child support, which is retroactive child support, is that correct?
Correct. That's right.
Okay. You're asking that Mr. Alexander be billed for court costs from today's court proceeding?
Yes.
And then as far as your address being in the order, you don't have any safety concerns with it being listed in today's court order?
That's what I didn't know you guys can take it off. He has came to my house one time. I'm not sure if he remembers it, but if you guys can take it off, I'll just don't put it on there.
You have safety concerns with him being able to come to your house or knowing
I
where you
don't want him
live?
coming here.
Has anything happened with him coming to your house
No.
to cause concern? Okay. I'll pass the witness, Judge.
Ms. Camacho, were there any other incidents with the sibling and your daughter?
After that one incident, I stopped the visit. I stopped the
Letting him come over?
yes.
But his dad had nothing to do with that, right?
No, but he
Okay.
went to prison for assault.
His,
So
the
Khutron
dad,
Alexander was incarcerated 10 years. Assault.
was it of a child?
Yes.
It was
Not
of,
my child, someone else.
okay, but you had been letting him visit and you knew all of that. You
Well,
didn't have a problem with her visiting.
well, I never, he never gave me like a sign like he'll do anything to her, but just that little, "Hey, don't tell mom." You know what I'm saying? That's what bothers
But
me.
hey, don't tell mom. People tell kids not to tell people things all the time. They shouldn't do it, but they do. They'll say, hey, don't tell mom I bought you this candy. Hey, don't tell mom I'm buying flowers for her. People
Well,
do that all the time.
I understand that, but it was about a cell phone he had that he didn't want me to know about or something like that.
Okay,
I'm just
and
not
so
comfortable
a
with it.
cell phone,
You
okay,
know, I try to be
yes,
nice
ma'am.
with him and let him have visitations with his daughter with no issue, but
Yes, ma'am, I understand. So I'm going to grant the default order, make the parties, I'll make mom sole managing conservator and dad possessory.
Judge.
We'll do the geo restriction, mom will be primary. We will do a modified visitation where he can have visitation from 8 to 5 on Saturdays and Sundays, supervised by an adult of mom's choice.
What is that? Every Saturday and Sunday, or every first, third, and
Every
fifth?
first, third, and fifth. I'm sorry, Miss Peoples.
Okay.
Government health insurance, cash medical is $78, child support is $257. No retro, court costs as billed. All start dates will be May 1st, 2025. Anything further, Ms. Peoples?
Nothing from the state, Judge.
Any questions, Ms. Camacho?
yeah, so you're still allowing visitation?
Yes, supervised by an adult of your choice.
Well, I had
And,
that.
and no overnights.
I
Ma'am,
allowed the grandmother to supervise and that
okay,
incident happened.
you can pick someone else.
There's no one else. He doesn't have family. I don't have family.
You can supervise it.
Now, what if I have to go to work or I have such thing? Am I gonna get penalized
Ms.
for?
Camacho, I can't account for every situation that might come up. You did not tell me anything until after all the testimony was closed that would make me take his visitation away from him completely. Plus, you've been allowing him to visit.
What do you mean I never told you? I haven't spoken to you or spoken to anybody since.
During this hearing, you did not tell me anything other than he told her not to tell you about a phone and what happened with his son. And
Correct.
those
What
two
if he was to
things.
touch her and say, "Hey, don't tell mom"? You know what I'm saying? Or am I gonna be able to
That's
sue
why I
you?
said it has to be supervised by an adult of your choice.
Correct. And I already had that, and we still had an incident. We still had an issue. I'm not
And
comfortable.
you said that that adult was not a good adult to supervise because she was older and was
Correct. So
not
as of
paying
now, I'm
attention.
demanding no
That's
visitation,
why I said an adult of your choice. That's
which
why I gave you the choice.
I understand, but I'm just letting you know
Okay,
there's
Ms.
no other
Camacho,
adult
I've
but
made
me.
my ruling. If you don't like it, if you think it's not fair, if you just don't agree, you have 3 days to appeal, 30 days to file a motion for new trial. This is out of the 255th District Court. That's Judge Vonda Bailey. She might have a different opinion from mine.
Okay, so right now you're saying he can have visitation on what day? Sorry?
Saturday or Sunday, the first, third, and fifth weekends of the month, between 8 and 5,
First weekend and third weekend.
and the fifth weekend.
First, third, and fifth. What times?
Between 8 and 5.
Supervised only, correct?
Supervised only by a adult of your choice.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else, Ms. Peoples?
Nothing further, Judge.
All right. Then thank you for appearing here today, Ms. Camacho, and you're free to go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.